Klum and I are really honored to be the honorary chairs of the Cristo Rey Miami School that is launching soon. We're big fans of the Cristo Rey network all around the country. They're giving children a chance to rise up and to be able to live a life of purpose and meaning through a high-quality education. My job today is to be able to share with you a video of the Cristo Rey schools and to introduce to you a great man, Father John Foley.
Cristo Rey High School is a private Catholic institution located on Chicago's southwest side in a neighborhood where the streets are not generally known as stepping stones to college.
Josh says Tolkien, why do you pick it?
And yet the classrooms here pulse with scholastic determination and diligence that puts a smile on the face of Father John Foley.
Very humbling. I mean, I can't believe the gift that the Lord put in my hands.
Father Foley founded the first Cristo Rey here in 1995 and was so successful, 60 Minutes profiled him and his creation.
At Cristo Rey, many of these students will be the first in their family to graduate high school.
We're going to read one book.
With its small class sizes, these carefully selected students get the best education money can buy. Math, science, American literature, taught in both English and Spanish.
Correcto o no correcto?
Welcome to Cristo Rey. Good to see you.
To get them ready for the corporate world, ninth graders go to freshman boot camp.
Before you walk in, name tag, where is it? Do you have a tie? You're late? You're chewing gum. So this is a pretty bad first impression here.
This could be called First Impressions 101.
Keep your tie high. You look good. You look good.
You're not going to hurt me. Shake my hand hard. Come on.
They learn the firm handshake.
I'm not down here, don't forget. I'm up here.
Good eye contact.
Over, around, under, and through. Here we go. Over.
And dressing for success. And you're teaching them how to dress.
Right? Absolutely.
Hygiene.
Absolutely.
How to answer phones.
That's right.
How to speak properly on the phone. This sounds
Copying machine.
This sounds like common sense sort of things.
Well, it's not common sense if you didn't ever do it.
But back in 1996, when Father John Foley and his fellow Jesuits started Cristo Rey, they knew the students in this neighborhood couldn't afford the nearly $9,000 a year tuition. So the school approached Chicago businesses for help, but not for charity.
So we went out and knocked on doors and said, would you give us a job? In other words, would you hire our students? And I remember one day we came back home and we said, we're getting too many yeses.
That was 10 years ago when the Cristo Rey College Prep Network included 10 schools nationwide. By this fall, there will be 28. And when we say college prep, we mean it. Virtually everyone who attends a Cristo Rey school goes to college. The acceptance rate is 100%. There is one catch, though.
We have a saying that if you can afford to come here, then you can't come.
Tuition is about $12,000 a year, but the students pay nothing close to that because of a collaboration with the business community. Each student spends 4 extended days in the classroom, but then a 5th working in the offices of a corporate partner. The partner picks up most of the tuition and gets a dedicated young worker in the deal. In Chicago's financial district, we ran into America Ochoa, a graduate of Cristo Rey we first met on that 60 Minutes broadcast a decade ago.
I thought I was just going to get through high school, and then after that, I'm going to work construction, because my dad works construction, but now it's college.
He's since graduated from Brooklyn College and works full-time at Chicago's Board of Options Exchange. Do you think that you would be where you are today without the experience at Cristo Rey?
Probably not. It did help a lot.
The key point is that Cristo Rey gives underprivileged kids a chance they never thought they'd get.
Senior Alex Macias remembers her first day on the job. Arriving at the looming corporate towers of downtown Chicago was the culture shock of her young life. Had you ever come downtown before you started working downtown?
Actually, it's kind of funny because I never did.
Did you think about working in one of these big office towers?
Honestly, before Cristo Rey, not at all.
What do you get out of this?
I think it's the experience. I mean, it's been the experience of a lifetime.
What does your resume look like already?
Oh, it's great. I mean, I'm going to graduate high school saying that I've worked at 4 different corporate offices.
For most of these kids, the idea that they could succeed at anything is a revelation. In these offices, they learn just how far they can go.
We're looked at as equals. You know, It surpasses that we're Hispanic. It surpasses that we're 16, 17, 14, and says, you know, here, go into the corporate world. You're destined to work in these big buildings, and who knows, maybe be the CEO of them one day.
Alexandra Macias.
10 years ago, the Chicago community had a dropout rate that soared as high as 75%. For the Cristo Rey class of 2004, the dropout rate is 1%. And every one of the students marching today has been accepted to college.
Baby, I love you. Thank you, congratulations.
Alex Macias was accepted to several colleges. Her choice was made easier by a phone call from Ohio's Xavier University.
You have been selected to receive one of our $15,000.
Oh my God! Are you serious? Thank you.
Alex graduated in the top 10 of her class.
Yeah, bye-bye.
Bye.
And the girl who had never been downtown before, who had missed only one day of work in 4 years,
I gotta go with Mom. Call your mom. Call your mom.
reaped her reward.
So I just talked to the Dean of Admissions from Xavier, and they're gonna give me the $15,000 plus another presidential scholarship or something like that. Oh, don't cry. You're gonna make me cry.
All the rules, the work, the discipline came down to this.
You know, paid off. You said it paid off. We did it, Ma.